It is now time to bring up a very special guest. This is someone who's left an impact on the art world so great they've referred to him as the father of digital art. And so it is with great honor that I welcome to the Dot Studio for the first time, Mr. Laurence Gartel. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Justin.
How are you doing, Laurence?
Good, good. Thank you. Good.
So, Laurence, you just spent the last month on the road, huh?
Yeah, I spent 4,700 miles and almost a month driving from Florida to Ohio, Ohio to Maine, and then back to Florida.
So there was a race. There was an adventure rally.
Yes, it's called the Fireball Run Race.
And the Fireball Run is from Ohio
to Bangor, Maine, and it's more or less a scavenger hunt.
I've always heard it pronounced banger.
I guess I'm a New Yorker, maybe I say it.
All right. And so it's an adventure rally. What's different about an adventure rally than a road trip?
Oh, well, you know, first of all, I have to say that the event itself is really like an onion skin because there's so many different aspects to the whole thing. The first one is that really you're looking at nature. I mean, we live in South Florida here, it's beautiful, but to drive through North Carolina and see the rolling hills, and it's just magnificent. So a lot of the nature that we don't see here in South Florida as opposed to the rest of the country is really, really rather interesting to see. So that's the first part.
All right.
The second part is all the people that you meet along the way. First of all, we met local government people, we met mayors, senators.
They were all gathered at
various destinations, yes, at each city, like host cities, let's say.
Okay.
The cars stopped at host cities. There were 40 different teams. And there were a bunch of celebrities, as well as a millionaire, a billionaire, business people.
I was not on the race. I was not in the race.
Maybe you should go next time.
Okay.
And just some really rather interesting people, myself included. And
you were in a special vehicle.
Yes, and I'm in my art car, of course. And I had they asked me because what happened is that the way that I got involved is they saw my Cadillac limousine that I did for Essex Liquors, and also a 57 Lincoln.
Laurence, if you could just give me a moment, we're honored to welcome the Dot Video Train. It's the Dot Train, shows up once an episode.
And this is it.
This is it.
Beautiful.
We're just going to give it a moment to pass.
Beautiful, beautiful. Nice.
I think we're safe now.
I think we're good.
Geronimo, do we have a photograph of Lawrence's art car? Do we have a photo of that?
Well, there are several, so I don't know which one exactly you have.
We definitely got a car. How about that?
Yeah, that's the Tesla Electric Art Roadster that was commissioned by Tesla.
Really?
And that car is
not the man, the company.
The company. Well, Tesla has been dead for a while, but you know, it's coming along to know that he's actually
big digital art fan now.
Very big, very big. Any case, so they saw my 59 Cadillac limousine and 57 Lincoln Premier convertible that I created for Essex Liquors, which was at the DuPont Registry VIP Jetport event last year.
Okay.
And they said, we want this car in the race. And I said, well, it goes about 50 miles in about 5 hours. So it's not exactly the right car to have in the race. So I figured that my daily driver car, which is a Chrysler 300, transformed into this art car, and it was very, very exciting.
Did you win the race?
Well, it wasn't really about, I guess everyone's a winner in the end, to be honest with you. You know?
So it wasn't about winning. What was the purpose of the race?
Well, the purpose of the race actually was to raise awareness for missing children, where we handed out flyers. Each of us was designated a child from our region. So I have a South Florida child on the side of my car, and it's actually still on the car right now. But I hand out flyers wherever I go, and hopefully to build awareness so they could find the child. And they have found 39 children in 7 years. So it's
because of this
organization, handing out flyers, giving this information to the media that covers the race, and it gets the race gets a lot of attention. So
well, that's really great. That's really great.
Yeah.
So I'd like to delve a little bit into your development as a digital artist.
Well, it all started with analog system computer. I should back up and say analog video computer.
Okay.
To go with your show.
Cool.
That actually, you know, I was working with Namjoon Pike at a place called Media Study Buffalo in 1975, 6. And so we were working on these analog systems, and much like what you have there, except it was
that's
like,
totally digital.
Oh, yes, but the wires,
Okay.
the fact that there were wires there, it was about 8 times the size of this room. And you were patching and plugging and tweaking knobs and buttons and things like that in order to make different things, like a wobulator was one machine, and a Pike Abbey synthesizer, Keyer colorizer, and...
So it sounds like you were using sort of
Primitive.
audio manipulation
Well, there was
devices.
some audio. There was some audio involved. There was a Macintosh sound system, but it was all black and white video that you stripped into a patch system and colorized it.
So we've got something of yours in black and white also. Something to do with Steve Jobs.
Oh, my famous Think Different ad for Apple.
So it was a Think Different ad. Geronimo, do we
It
have
was-
that ad?
It was a Think Different ad. There it
Look at
is.
that.
That's my Think Different ad that he commissioned. If you know about the ad, they had Golda Meir, Jackie Robinson, Jim Henson, Picasso, Gandhi, and myself.
All right.
Now, the
You
interesting
know, we don't really like to drop names on the
we don't
video
like to-
show.
yeah. Now, the interesting thing about that is that I'm the only living artist to ever have that ad, which is sort of frightening at the same time,
Yeah.
because everyone else is dead.
That's heavy, man. Well, it
That's
is
heavy.
Halloween.
Yes, well, you know.
And
Yeah.
so from Steve Jobs, we've also got
Yeah.
a younger pop artist, someone who's, you had your hands on her hips. Tell me about this.
Britney Spears?
That's right. Do we have a Britney Spears photo?
Britney and I was asked to do Britney's tour art in 2001, and we were going to go to 60 cities and do things, and all of a sudden this thing called September 11th happened,
Oh, that's
and
a
the
bummer.
tour got canceled, unfortunately. So we were
But
going.
the art in the back
But
of
the art,
behind-
but I created the art for her tour and everything else that went along with it, as well as Justin Timberlake too. So the two
Okay.
of them at the same time.
Is it hard doing 2 pop artists at once?
Well, they
guess there were
weren't-
3, including you.
Yes, I didn't shoot them. I shot Britney first, and then I shot Justin. So
Okay.
they weren't photographed together. But I shot them with the first, let's say, small camera, point and shoot camera. And she was like, "Where's your people? Where is everybody?" And I said,
Right.
"No, honey. The only thing professionals use, they have in their pocket." So I photographed it with this little point and shoot camera. And
Digital.
It was a digital Olympus 3030 is what I used.
All right.
And the rest was history.
Phenomenal. And then what caught your attention from our advertising was our Panasonic event last month.
Yes.
Tell me about
yes.
your relationship with Panasonic Cameras.
Well, it's right there. I love Panasonic cameras. I mean, the Lumex is really a phenomenal, I guess it's a plug for Panasonic. Panasonic makes phenomenal cameras. And I guess it's basically, you know, it has a Leica lens on it. So it has the optics, but it has all the brilliance of all the electronics and technology that Panasonic is involved with. And I wouldn't shoot with anything else but that. I wouldn't take it on a safari.
Okay.
That I could tell you, because you know, to be this close to a lion with a point and shoot doesn't necessarily work.
Right.
But anything else, I think
you need something with a nice telephoto zoom.
exactly.
All right.
So I will continuously buy these cameras.
Cool.
The Panasonic. So yeah.
And so there's one more ad I'd like to share. This is one that some of our viewers, some of our 21 and older viewers can relate to.
Yes.
Do we have an absolute ad from Mr. Gartel?
Oh my goodness!
Tell me
yes.
about this.
This is really, from my point of view, probably the best thing I've ever done. It's certainly the most recognizable. It was created in 1990, and it was using the Canon 760, which is the first still video camera. It was made for the Desert Storm War, which I never understood. How do you make a camera for a war before a war?
There are some theories.
That's
certainly out
really
there.
sort of interesting how that, but anyway, so the thing is that the idea was that it was sort of like to me, an idea where, first of all, there was a little card that held 25 pictures on it. It was 640 by 480, 900K files.
Right, VGA.
So, and then it had the card reader, which was like a bread box. It looked like a piece of bread, and you just stuck it in there.
Crank a wheel.
And it was very slow, and it took time to transmit those images, of course, using 14.4 baud modems back in the day.
How long did that absolute ad take to create?
Well, you know, that's like asking a doctor how long did it take to perform a surgery. He'll tell you 50 years, however long he was in.
Okay.
You know, but I started in 1975. The ad was created in 1990. I tell you, it took me 15 years to create that ad.
13 by my count.
Something like that.
Something like that. It's a 13-year ad.
Well, 17, anyway.
Are you working on anything big?
I'm working on great things, but let me just finish about the ad.
Please.
So the ad, the background of the ad, if you can bring it up again, would be that it consists of 324 individual Polaroid SX70s that I manipulated in Photoshop 1.0. And Photoshop 1.0 actually fit on a floppy disk. Okay? So people, and then you can see the bottle is out of focus. So people always ask me, like, how did they approve that ad? You know, like the ad is blurry. And I said, listen, if you drink enough Absolute, that's what the ad is going to taste like. And the background's how you feel the more you drink. So they loved the ad, and the ad ran in the back of Art in America, Art Forum, Sotheby's, Wired, New York Magazine, Art and Auction, Scientific American, Technology Review, Art Byte, and Wired Magazine, just to name a couple of ads. And it ran for 10 years, from 1990 to the last one was the September 11th issue of Art Forum magazine. So it had, but people still, you know, appreciate.
There was a lot. You had a lot of art going on.
Oh my God, yeah, surely.
So tell me, what do you got big coming up that we can look forward to?
Well, there's an exhibition November 3rd called Modern Masters with two other artists, Salvatore Principe and Barry Gross at the Barry Gross Gallery in Fort Lauderdale, and more coming up December 6th. I'm having an Art Basel Miami Beach event. And I'm going to have a car parade of my cars.
Awesome.
And then it's going to end at a particular location that didn't sign their name yet, so I can't say. But I will tell you that it's going to be fantastic because we're going to have a whole parade of these art cars that I've made. And I've made 12 to this date, but I'm making another 7 more in the next 7 weeks. Wow. So it's going to be really rather exciting to see this slew of cars that are just...
Art Car Parade.
Art Car Parade.
We're really looking forward to that. Lawrence, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. You know, I'd like you to visit my website if you don't mind.
Okay. Where can I find your website, Lawrence?
You can find my website at www.gartelmuseum.weebly.com.
How do you spell Weebly?
Weebly is Weebly.
So gartelmuseum.weebly.com.
You got it.
We will be there.
Ladies
and gentlemen, the father of digital art, Mr. Lawrence Gartel.
A pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.